Welcome back, beer tubers. Today we're going to take a look at Avery's Rumpkin, their big, huge rum barrel aged pumpkin ale. This is a vintage bottle. This is the 2011 release of it, so it's batch number one the first time I did it. This particular batch came out to 15.9% ABV. So just a huge beer. This ale was bottled on October 5th, 2011. So this beer has 2 years of age on it at this point. So got it poured out. It did have a little bit of head that quickly dissipated. It's definitely carbonated. It pours out pretty murky, kind of darker, like burnt orange color. Huge alcohol legs that you expect at 15.9%. I believe this year's the 2013 vintage is over 18%. So just big, huge beers. Let's get the aroma. Oh yeah, it smells great. It's definitely mellowed out. When you first get this beer, it is boozy. You are not missing that alcohol. This one, I'm having a little bit of trouble finding the alcohol. A big sweetness, caramel, toffee, molasses. First thing I noticed, picking up some of that pumpkin character, some gourd character. Yeah, it's got that sugary rum character, brown sugar. Like a turbinado sugar character. Some dark fruits creeping in, big time raisins, a little bit of like a plum note to it as well. Yeah, it smells great. It's mellowed out in the aroma in terms of the alcohol content. The spices are a bit more berried. You're getting like a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, but the spice character's definitely dropped out. It was never a hugely spice-forward beer to begin with, but that's kind of the disadvantage of aging it. But let's give it a taste. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. Definitely a very sweet beer, but it's not overly cloying, at least first sip. Picking up a little bit more spice character on the flavor than I did on the aroma, which is nice. Up front, hit with some spices. It's not a whole lot, like they're not standing out as much, but it kind of tastes like a blend of like allspice, cinnamon, and maybe nutmeg, something along those lines. I would say I'm mostly picking up like nutmeg and cinnamon though, in terms of picking out the individual flavors of the spices. So you kind of get like the spices up front, which adds a little bit of like a tannin sort of like bitterness to the beer. And then the back end is just a ton of sweetness. Caramel, toffee, all those brown sugar notes that, you know, turbinado, molasses, brown sugar character, big time. The dark fruits are in there, but they're a little more berried. It's definitely got this just amazing toffee character that's like you just melted some toffee in a saucepan. It's a very viscous beer. Very full body beer. On the back end you start to pick up a little bit of a pumpkin character, and then I pick up like a slight tannin note, probably coming from the barrel, slight vanilla note as well. It's definitely got this earthiness on the back end, and I'm guessing that's coming from the barrel, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be a combination of the barrel and the pumpkin, but it's got like an earthy tannin character that helps dry the beer out. The alcohol is huge. It's got like an overall kind of like spicy note just coming at the finish from all that alcohol. Very warming going down the throat, but I wouldn't say it's too hot. 2 years has mellowed it out quite a bit. We'll see how the 2013 does. I need to buy a couple bottles of that, see how it ages. It's not that this is just the biggest pumpkin ale and it's rum barrel aged. I mean, these are all factors in this beer, but it's just a really well crafted beer, some really good flavors going on. And with 2 years of age, it really mellowed it out nicely. So I recommend, if you can find it, get 2 bottles, drink one fresh so you know what it's like. Age the other one about 2 years, still get a little bit of that spice character in there, still taste a little bit of the pumpkin character, but the heat definitely dies down. Although it might take a little longer with the new batch at 18+%. But highly recommend this one. I'm going to go with an A. It's a really cool beer. It's a very unique beer at this point. No one's really done anything like this with a pumpkin ale. There's been some barrel-aged pumpkin ales, but not like in rum barrels at this kind of alcohol level. So it's pretty cool. I do have one more pumpkin ale to review this year. I'll get to that soon. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.